Welcome back, everyone. This is day number 11. It's kind of crazy. Can't believe that we're still going, but we're still going. And we are... Oh, I just lost my place. We are getting our reading plan from the 1 Year Through the Bible devotional. What I'm doing is I'm taking every day and reading the reading plan and the devotional, and then coming to you guys through video and kind of giving you what I took from it and seeing what you guys think. Tonight's was kind of cool. It was little recap. Jacob and Esau, they're brothers. Jacob swindled Esau out of a bunch of things, like his a lot. I mean, he got a family blessing instead of Esau, who was supposed to get it. His birthright, which Esau was supposed to get, Jacob basically forced Esau to sell it to him, kind of, for basically a pot of stew. So, like I said, Jacob was a little shisty. Well, because of his shistiness, he had to flee and go to basically like his uncle's land, Laban, and there he took a wife and then another wife and then two more wives and had like a dozen kids. So that was caught up to kind of where we are now. He, at this point, he's kind of been in debt to Laban, and Laban is, told him, you're going to work for me. And again, he kind of swindled his way into making what he was doing work for him rather than work for Laban. And at this point, he is now basically needing to flee Laban's. So he takes off. He gathers, Rachel and Leah and the two maidservants and all of his kids, and he's like, we got to go. So basically he packed them up on some camels and they took off. And when Laban found out, he was like, we're gonna go get them. Let's go. And God appeared to Laban and was like, don't say anything good or bad, to him when you catch him. Kind of just leave him be and everything will be fine. And Laban kind of was like, okay, not a big deal. It was a little interesting because he was like, they kind of made peace once they caught up, and Jacob now was like, well, we got to keep going, and decided that God told him, you need to go back to the land of your kinfolk, basically, or your kindred. So Jacob knew that he kind of basically bullied Esau and kind of got away with some stuff that he shouldn't. And at one point, he knew that Esau was plotting to kill him for revenge. And he was very scared and felt very threatened. And he should have, he, like I said, he kind of did some things that were not very cool. Well, so he decided, okay, well, I'm going to send some messengers ahead of me and let Esau know that I'm coming, and, I'm going to do that, and hopefully, they return with good news that, Esau's cool with me coming back. So the messengers take off and they come back and they're like, okay, we saw Esau And we returned, and Esau's coming back, and he's got 400 men with him, basically like a little army with him. And I'm sure at that point, Jacob was probably pretty scared. So what he did is he was like, okay, we're gonna kind of divide camp, and half of us go over here and the other half go over here, and if these 400 approach the first group and smite them, the second group can get away, which is kind of smart on his part. He's kind of protecting himself, and I found that kind of interesting. But it turns out that Esau was a lot more forgiving than most people are. In fact, Jacob, after he split them up, started sending gifts of like cattle and sheep and stuff like that. And finally, Esau and Jacob saw each other, and Esau basically ran to embrace him and gave him a big hug. And basically was like, great to see you. What's all this stuff you're sending me? And Jacob's like, basically it's a gift for asking for forgiveness, basically. And Esau's like, dude, it's all cool. It's water under the bridge. And I think that was the biggest takeaway from tonight's reading for me, is how forgiving Esau was in the midst of everything that happened. Esau was just like, you know what, it's not even worth it to hold on to a grudge. So it's all good. It's all cool. It's all forgiven. There was a lot more that happened in tonight's reading. We did read chapters 31 all the way through the end of 36. So there was quite a bit more that happened, but my biggest takeaway was Jacob and Esau, reconnecting, and Esau being like, "Hey, what's in the past is in the past." To me, that's pretty awesome and pretty cool that he was that forgiving. I think more people should be that way. And yeah, that was my biggest takeaway, is for me, I want to try to be more like Esau and not hold grudges and just be like, dude, it's in the past. It doesn't matter. It's not like we can go back and change things. So I thought that was pretty cool. If you guys are following along, let me know what you thought. What did you take away? I mean, like I said, there was a lot more that happened in tonight's reading than just that, but that was the thing that stuck out to me most. So I'd love to know what you guys thought stuck out most to you in tonight's reading. So leave me a comment down below and let me know. And other than that, I thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow, for day 12, we are going to read chapter 37 all the way to the end of chapter 41. So I look forward to that, because I know it's kind of moving into it's getting closer to like the story of Moses, and which is that time, and those stories are probably some of my favorite. So as we keep getting closer, I'm like, yes, keep going. I'm excited to get there. So like I said, thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow's 37 through 41, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.